Good morning, student. Welcome to the unit number 4, that is designing user interface with view. In this particular unit, we are going to discuss about text view, different types of button like image button, toggle button, radio button, and different checkboxes. So let's start with the text view. As we had already discussed in the last two units about a view and view group, now we will see what are all the controls that we are having. So we will be focusing entirely on text view in this particular lecture. So if you see like this is a text view screen. Let's say this is a text or it is a text. So any label that is used to show information to an user is a text view. The by default property of text view is only to be at the user level. So however, you can extend this and even can get the input from the user, but it is not recommended for that. We use edit text for that particular purpose. So this is a text view. So let's look at some common attributes for text view. So the first one is Android ID, that is unique identification or a unique name that we give to a particular text view, like for its username label or username text view. After that, then it is a capitalized. So if set specifies that this text view has a textual input method and should automatically capitalize what user types. For example, don't automatically capitalize anything if it is set to 0. Capitalize the first word of each sentence if it is set to 1. Capitalize the first letter of every word if it is set to 2. And capitalize every character if it is set to 3. It means that in capitalize, if it is set, it means if text view is having something or having some input, then it will be automatically capitalized depending on the values. That means it will automatically capitalize the first word of each sentence if the value is 1. It will automatically capitalize the first letter of every word if the value is 2. And it will capitalize every character if the value is 3. And it will not capitalize anything if value is 0. After that, Android cursor visible. So makes the cursor visible or invisible, and by default value is false. So if you want to make cursor visible, then you have to set it as a true because its default value is false. And if you want to make your cursor visible, then you have to set it to true. The cursor is something that blinks on your screen. That is like this is a cursor which is blinks in yellow color. So the by default property of cursor visible is false. Then the next property is Android editable. If set to true, specifies that this text view has an input method. It means that in editable attribute, you can also get values from the user, but it does not recommend it. So by default, we don't need to use this. Otherwise, you can set it to true and you can get the values from user. Then next, font family. So font family name by string for the text. So it is very simple that which font you want to use for your particular text view. So we passed it in the string type. After that, the next attribute of text view is Android gravity. Specifies how to align the text by the text view's x and or y axis when the text is smaller than the view. So the gravity means at what point you want to show your text view. For example, this is my text view, and at the center, I want to show my text. So I can pass it as a value center to the Android Gravity, because Gravity has value like center, left, right, top, bottom, likewise. After that, Android input type. Before that, we have one more attribute like Android hint. Hint text to display when the text is empty. Now you have seen in most of the online forms, when your text is empty, it shows something like enter your text, or the field must not be empty, likewise. So this is a hint to display when the text is empty. After that, attribute number 8, that is input type. So the type of data being placed in a text field, phone, date, time, number, and password, etc. It means that if you are getting some input in the user, I say you are getting some name, or if you are getting some numbers, then your input type will be number. So based on that thing, it will fill automatically the date, time, number, and password, etc. So it will be arranged automatically. After that, we have Android max height. Makes the text view be at most this many pixels tall. So by using max height, we can increase the height of our text view. Likewise, we have a max width attribute also. It means that makes the text view be at most this many pixels wide. Then Android min height. Likewise, we have max height. We have also minimum height and minimum width, which is also showing the pixel. Then we have another property like Android password. Whether the characters of the field are displayed as password dots instead of themselves. Possible value either true or false. It means that if it is a text view or label or a label password, then it will show your text as a dot to a user. That means whatever you are type in your password field, it does not show any characters or alphabet. It is going to show a dot to a user. Then Android phone number. If set specifies that this text view has a phone number input method, possible value either true or false. You have also seen in most of the online forms, in phone number field, it shows a phone number input method. That means you can only enter numbers and only 10-digit number. So text, it means what text. After that, we have Android text. That means text to display. It means what text we want to display. After that, Android text all caps. Present the text in all caps. Possible value either true or false. If this property is set to true, it means that whatever characters you are going to enter in your text field, it is shown in capital letter or are shown in capital letter, no matter whether your caps lock is on or off. After that, Android text color. Now text color may be a color value in the form of RGB, ARGB, RRGGBB, or likewise. Then we have Android text color highlight. Color of the text selection highlight. It means that the selected portion will be highlight only. Then Android text color hint. Color of the hint text may be a color value in the form of RGB. Here we have a property like Android hint. It means that it display text, hint text. Okay, and color text color hint shows your hint text in that particular color that you have set in your property. Then Android text is selectable, indicates that Content of a non-editable text can be selected. Possible value either true or false. And the next property is Android text size. Size of the text. Recommended dimension type for text is SP. For scale pixels, for example, 15 SP. Of the most of the programs that we have discussed in the last 3 units, we mentioned the size of text in DP. That is, for example, 15 DP. Now, let's see how two more properties are remain. The property number 22 is Android text type. That is style, bold, italic. Bold italic for the text. You can use or more of the following values separated by. If it is normal, then your value is set to 0. If you want your text as a bold, then it is 1. If you want to set your text as a italic, then it is 2. Then Android typeface, like it is normal, sans serif or monospace. For that we have also there are values. For normal it is 0, for sans it is 1, 2, and for monospace it is 3. Now let's see how to add a text view in your project. For that, first you have to open your Android Studio, create new project, then select empty project activity and name your project. Okay, so these are the primary steps before starting your actual coding and designing your mobile application development. And we have discussed these steps in unit number 2 and 3 in detail. How to install Android Studio, how to open Android Studio, then create new project, select empty project activity, and so on. So after creating your new project, just go to your activity underscore main.xml file, because this file shows whatever the coding that you want to do in your project, and this coding is related to your design. Now let's see how we can add text view in our file. So whenever I open XML file, it's having a layout by default, because layout show a design of our project. So in layout, I drag and drop a text view. Now you know that how to go inside layout, how to drag and drop text view, how to drag and drop buttons, because we have already seen it in unit number 2 and 3. So here I drag and drop a text view. After dropping a text view over here, text view comes up in my design. Okay, and I can use that particular text view to make some changes in the property, either in the design view, or I can come into my text view and type some property. So here I'm not going to edit my design view. Here I'm going to add some properties into my activity underscore main.xml file. So whatever the text view I drag and drop in my design, the coding related to that text view is open in activity main.xml file. So this is my text view that I have drag and drop. So the layout width my text view is 300 dp. Here I mentioned the size of my layout, width of my layout is 300 dp, height is 200 dp. Now Android capitalize is characters, and now the text, whatever the text I want to display in my application, that we have to enter in this property, that is Android text property, because here we have seen that what is Android text to display. Now here I want to display hello what, and that's why inside this property I have entered hello what. Now the text color, now we have seen text color attribute, so I have mentioned the color as blue dark. Then center vertical, align parented, these are the by default properties which by default comes with the activity underscore main.xml file. And now here I have entered one more line, that is text size. Now I have mentioned the size of my text is 50 dp. So the number of lines that I have entered here only 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 lines I have entered here. That is Android layout width, height, capitalize, what is the text that I want to display, and the size of my text size. And other codings are come up by default with the activity underscore main.xml file. So this is about my coding. Here just we want to display some text because here we are discussing about text view. So I want to display hello world, and the text size is 50 dp, color is blue dark. Now this is the resource value string.xml file. In the resource value string.xml file, we have to give name to our application that is going to display in Android virtual device. So here string name, I have entered string name as demo, and this demo is going to display here, that is demo. This is the name of my application, and the text that I want to display is hello world. So once you run your Android virtual device, your text view going to display like this. So this is the output for your particular text view. So what we are discussing the text view. Text view display text to the user and optionally allows them to edit it. A text view is a complete text editor. However, the basic class is configured to not allow editing. Then these are the attributes of the particular text view. We have discussed 23 attributes of text view, and after that this is coding related to text view, and this is particular output which is going to display in your Android virtual device. After that we have edit text property. Now we have just seen text view. Now we are going to see edit text. Now what is an edit text? When you see some input or some text view that can have some input, so it's something like this. You can enter the value over here. So basically edit text is an overlay over text view that configure itself to be editable. That means edit text is an overlay over text view and which is editable also. So the best part about edit text is that it is having some rich editing capabilities. By this I mean that, like if you see over here, we are having to edit text. One is showing some hint, that is edit text, and one is having some text, that is enter text here. Now let's look at the attributes for the edit text. Now the first attribute that we have is the ID, which is unique name. After that we have Android background. So this is a drawable to use as the background. So if you want to show some by default background, some images as a background, then we can use a background property. After that we have one more property like Android auto text. So if you want to have some auto text, by auto text I mean that there are some auto text features, automatic spelling checks, automatic spelling removers, so that then we use a auto text. Then drawable, if you want some drawable or some icon or some images at the end of the text, the bottom of the text basically, then we use the drawable properties. And after that again one more important attribute is that Android on click. So this is the name of the method. In this view context to invoke when the view is click. It means that we have the on click in which we actually invoke the views. Click and the like if you click on the edit text, user should be able to directly log in, though it is not recommended, but yes, it can also be done. Then one more important property is drawable right. So this is the drawable to be drawn to the right of the text. So if you want something on the right of the text, some drawable, then we use this one. And the final being the text, like if you want to show some text in an edit text, you use this particular property. So let's see how to actually get edit text in your application, and the remaining properties that you can see over here that we have already discussed. So we know that the basic steps are like open your Android Studio, create new project, select empty project activity, name your project, and start coding your mobile application. So this is again main.xml file. Simply drag and drop edit text over here. So edit text comes up. Now let's see how we actually make an object of the edit text. But before that, just look at the activity underscore main.xml file. Here we have one text view. Now these are the properties of text view. Layout width and layout height is wrap content. Wrap content means it tells your view to size itself to the dimensions required by its contents. After that, we have one button. This is the ID of button, unique identification of the button. Again, the layout width and height is a wrap content. And after that, we have edit text property. So this is again unique ID, unique identification of edit text. And now here, the layout width and height is a field parent and height is wrap content. Now wrap content means it tells your view to size itself to the dimension required by its content, but field parent tells your view to become as big as its parent's view. So this is about the edit text property. Simply drag and drop edit text into your design, and after that click on main.xml file. It will show the coding related to that particular edit text. Now let's see how we actually make an object of the edit text. Now this is main activity.java file, which is your main class file. So here we have taken the object of edit text. Here we have taken object of edit text as eText, and here we are fetching the object edit text, and whatever the text the user has entered, we are showing it as a toast to the user. So this is your main activity.java file. And after that, just open your string.xml file, which is inside resource under values folder. So here demo is the name of your application. So app name is your demo. Then example edit text is example showing edit text, and show the text. I have entered show the text property. Like this is show the text, and string name and enter text is text changes. So whenever you enter some text, it will change your text, and this is your particular output. When you click run, then your output will going to run on your Android virtual device. So this is about the edit text property. In text view, we are generally going to display whatever the text that we want to display. But to edit text, we have a separate text view, that is edit text view. So to when we want to change, or when we want to enter some particular text, or when we want to edit some particular text, that time we are going to use edit text property. So this is about the text view and edit text.